This is a demo of my Turn Restart extension. So this is a simple but very powerful and useful extension for 5th edition Fantasy Grounds that will help with combat where situations where people make mistakes with the combat tracker and targeting. And, this might be a common occurrence in your game like it is in mine, where people will start for turn and accidentally have the wrong things targeted or misselect things and they'll roll damage and it will mess up the whole combat tracker, everybody's hit points and also like effects. So let me show you how this helps with that. So on the left, we have the DM. On the right, we have a player. And you can see in our combat tractor, we've got a kind of typical scenario where some of the players have some effects on them with concentration, and everybody's got hit points. And I can go ahead and add a couple of varieties of hit points here just to make it a little more spicy. Okay, and so now we have a player, mine on the right here, which I'm going to show you. Maybe they forgot to untarget things last round, or they misclicked and targeted the wrong stuff, so they don't realize they've actually got 4 different things targeted here, and they go ahead and roll damage. So obviously that's going to cause a mess, right? Because now they've dealt damage to a bunch of different things they weren't supposed to. They hit their ally, which took off the concentrating effect of them, and added the unconscious and the prone. So in a normal situation, when this happens, you'd have to stop the combat and have to rewind everything and try to figure out how much life things had before, what effects were on Arbel that aren't there now. They'll have to go and reapply that effect. You'll have to come in here and take off the unconscious and prone effect. So all that is kind of a pain. All right, so this extension, you'll notice there's a little button in the top left that solves all that problem. So all you have to do is, as a GM, is click that button, and that will reset everything back to the way it was. You see that Arbel's effect is back on here, the concentration one. The prone and unconscious are gone. Everyone's hit points is restored to what they were before. And then also see the same thing for the player. They see the update as well. And we can even make it a little better here. The players can do this themselves. So let's go back here again to reset to minus turned again. I'm the player now, and I do this action, and I realize I screwed up. Right, the DM doesn't have to go do it. I can just say, oh, wait a minute, I screwed up and hit this button. That will pop up a request to the DM saying, hey, this player wants to reset it to their turn on 64. And you can either choose to ignore that, or you can say, oh, yep, let's go ahead and do that. Then you can hit apply and it will reverse all the effects like I just showed before. And the player can only do that if it's their turn. So if it's somebody else's turn, they can't hit that button on accident to mess things up. So it's got to be the person actually taking that turn at the moment. So that is pretty much the gist of it. I know that in our game, this is going to save us a ton of headaches. So hopefully this will be useful for you as well. Hope you enjoy.